Hi, I'm Andy, aka googleman. Today I'm going to show you how to create a tracking system that shows you everything that you need in less than 10 minutes. On your marks, get set.
Look, up in the sky, it's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's googleman. Go. So let's start building our table from scratch. I have a data file here for CSV. I'm going to use that to create my table. I'm going to right click, open with Google Sheets. Follow along. If you need to pause, pause. Okay, I'm going to rattle through this really quickly. So once this sheet is created, I need to start making duplicates of tabs and things that I'm going to use to create my data and pull data from different places. First thing I'm going to do is rename my spreadsheet. I don't want it to be called data because that's not what I want it to be. Let's just call this GCSE information, so that will do for now. I'm going to create a duplicate of this first tab here, and I'm going to ignore the first tab completely for the next few minutes. So on here, this is going to be my first component tab. Now this might be a particular item that you're selling or something like that that you want to bring in. Okay, if you're a teacher, obviously it's going to be components. I'm then going to get rid of my target grade information. I don't need it on this sheet. What I do need is some headings up here. AOS 1, AOS 2, and AOS 3. Okay, and these are just marking criteria perhaps, or some other figures that you want to be able to track with a total at the end. In this total box here, I can do a very simple sum. So I hit equals to start a formula, sum, and open bracket. I'm going to click and drag from next to AOS 1 over to AOS 3 in that top row, close my bracket. I want the number doubled here, okay? It might be a circumstance that there is some kind of scaling that needs to go on. In this case, it needs to be scaled times 2, hit enter, and it will do all that for me. And if I go under AOS 1, just type in 5, you can see my total becomes 10. But I want this to fall for everybody in the class. Okay, I've got two options. The one I'm going to use here is I'm going to click and drag and hold down the bottom right and just drag down to student 30 and let go, and it does all that maths for me and adds it to all the other students. My component 2 in this case is exactly the same as my component 1, so I'm just going to completely create a duplicate of that particular tab. I'm then going to rename it to be component 2 instead, and now I'm just going to make a note of one thing: the cell F3. That will become important later on. You will see why. I'm now going to make one more duplicate of this sheet, but I need to add some more information to this one, so I'm going to change it to component 3. The reason I want to make changes is this is an exam paper, so I want a column for each question. I'm going to move my total. So I'm just going to Control X to cut it, and I know that I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is the final question. So K now is going to be my totals column. Select all of K, Control V to paste. I'm then going to add in question 1, Q2, Q3, and this seems like a lot to do, but actually once you've done this once, you will still be within your 10 minutes. And you'll be able to duplicate this for any class that you then teach. I then need to make adjustments to my total formula. So I click on the cell and hit enter to go into there, okay? Because at the moment, I don't want this to be there, okay? I need to include column J in the calculation, so I take that and I change my E to my J. I also don't need the multiply by 2, so I can just take that away and hit enter again. And I'm going to go up to the top and then click and drag down here, okay, to give me that formula in the rest of that column. So that's it. I've got 3 component columns all set, ready to go. All I need to do is put some raw numbers into there, and it adds everything up for me. What I now want to do is take that information onto my first tab, because it's going to be my overview sheet where I will see the marks for their components, the total mark overall, their grade, and then how it compares to a target that has been set for them. So I'm now going to come back to it. Oh, but before I go, you know, I remember F3 earlier on. I now need to remember K3 for this tab, because that is where my first total is. Let's see how that works. So over on my first tab here, okay, I still want my target grade information, but I need to move it over. So I'm going to cut and paste it over, because I want component 1, 2, and 3. I want the total marks and the grade. So that means my target grades are going to go here in column H. Select it and paste that in, Control V. I'm now going to give my headings for component 1, component 2, and component 3. Okay, I then want a total marks column and then a grade column as well. I'll talk about the grade column in a moment. So the first thing I want to do is start drawing information from the other tabs. Now I could just copy and paste it, but I want it to change as I go. So I'm going to hit equals and indirect. Now what this function will do for me, no, not index, can't spell, indirect, and then open my bracket. This is telling it I want to go to a different tab for the information, open some speech marks there, shift 2, and type in component 1, because that is the name of tab that I want it to use. Exclamation marks, I want it to be a cell next, and then F3, because that's where that total started on component 1. But I don't just want that one, I want the rest of the information there as well for the rest of column F. So I get it for every student, so I just go colon and F. So even if you add people to the bottom of this list, you know, this formula will continue to bring in that data. Okay, I then close my speech marks and close my bracket and hit enter. It will now bring in all of that information from that column F, from F3 downwards in that sheet. I'm now going to autofill again across under component 2 and component 3. So that I don't have to write everything out in full. I just need to make some slight tweaks. So the only tweak in component 2 is I need to change component 1 to component 2. I just copied that one over. I duplicated the sheet and didn't do anything. So it's exactly the same cell reference. Hit enter. It's now taking it from component 2. Component 3 has a slightly different change because I need to change, obviously, component 1 to component 3. But the cell reference is now different. Remember, we remembered K3 because that is now going to become K, and I'm working in K column, so therefore that becomes my new number. Okay, I now have all those marks for those 3 components on my home sheet. Any change that I make on the original sheet will come onto here. I now want a total for this. It's simple. We've done this bit. Equals sum, open bracket, drag across, close bracket, and enter. Adds it all up for you, and then click and drag from the bottom right hand corner down to student 30, and it'll give you that new total. What I now want to do is include some information that will give me a grade, and this is going to be grade boundaries, okay? I'm going to make up some ones to go into here, and I'm going to pop them into here. So over here, I'm going to use 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'm not going to use the U where the 0 is because of what I'm going to do afterwards. So in here, I'm just going to make up some grade boundaries that can go into here. Okay, these are completely notional, completely made up. Please do not use them. Please do not take them. They will not serve you any particular purpose. Okay, so there we go. I have my grade boundaries now. So in my grade, what I need to do here is I'm going to use a VLOOKUP. So equals VLOOKUP. And what this is going to do, I'm now going to tell it to look in here, okay, because it's going to take a number from there, and it's now going to look in columns O and P. So I just need to go O colon P, and it will just look down completely down both of those. Don't put anything else underneath it. You'll get in your own way. I want to tell it that it's a 2-column table, so I put a 2 in there, close my bracket, and hit enter. Now, obviously, the grade that it's given it is a 0, and just to prove that it's looking it up correctly, if I change the 0 to a U, that grade will change to a U over there, but I'm going to leave it as a 0. I'm then going to click and drag this all the way down once more to do this for the rest of the class. What I now want to see is who is under target. So I'm going to put a title here under target. Okay, and I'm now going to use a filter formula to work this out. So what I want is equal filter, not filter. That's a different job. Filter, open bracket. I wanted to filter the names. Now, I happen to know that these names are in column B. They start in B3, and it's going to go down through B. Okay, and what I want it to do is the condition is if G3 to G, so that is where the grades are, okay, is less than, okay, H3 to H. Okay, so this is now telling it that if the grade is lower than the target grade, it will bring their name into this column. Close that bracket and hit enter. Obviously, there's no one there. There is no one at target right now or above, so every student is in the list. But you can see they've been drawn from that table, and that's it. It is set and ready to go. Okay. What then happens, and look at that, less than 10 minutes. Now what you can start doing is putting data in as it becomes available to you, and you will start to see all of these things starting to work. What I do have for you here is an example of this in practice. So this is a table with some information filled in, okay? As you can see, we've got the component 1, 2, and 3 information on there. It's been drawn in from the other sheets. Okay, and if I go through those, you can see I've got totals in all of these sheets here, okay, just with some notional numbers in them. It's all been drawn into my overview sheet. And as you can see, we've got some students in the list just here, all of whom are under target, okay? And that would change depending on how their totals and their grades kind of like evolve over time. What I've also done here, and these are extra things that you can do if you want them, I've applied some conditional formatting to some of these cells as well. I'll talk about this briefly now, but it's not a vital addition. In the first section of grade here, you will go to Format and Conditional Formatting, and it brings a little menu on the right-hand side. So if I just click into here, you will see that I've applied it to the range G3. It says the G1000. I just typed in :G, okay, and it's defaulted at 1000. That's the number of rows in there. The format rows is less than H3 to H. It's a little bit like that VLOOKUP formula we did earlier on. And then I've changed it to red. So basically what that's doing is it's kind of like doing the VLOOKUP. It will say that, not the VLOOKUP, sorry, the filter, beg your pardon, the filter. Anything that where the grade is under the target grade, it will be colored red for me to see. And I've applied the a similar thing over here on the under target column. So all I've done here is if I come into these cells here, if I've selected all of column J for this one, format and conditional formatting, and what I've got here is if this cell is not empty, then the cell is changed to red, because if there's no name in there, then it doesn't need to kind of have any kind of color and draw attention to it. But when it has a name in there, it needs to have attention drawn to it as well, okay? One nifty little addition that you might like is if there are no students under target, you will get an error message, okay? All you would need to do for that, okay, is if you break into the filter formula, before you have the filter, if you type in if error and then open a bracket, what you're doing is you're telling it you want it to have a particular word or value in the case of an error. So in this case, I'll come to the end and hit comma, and I'm just going to type in the word none, making sure that the word none is encompassed in double speech marks. I can then close that bracket. And what would then happen, nice and simply, is if there were no students in that list, okay, it would just say the word none, which would be quite a nice thing to see. And in fact, you could add conditional formatting to say, if this says none, then it could be green, which would be great. What I've also done over on the right-hand side here, you'll notice in this area here where the grade boundaries used to be, I've hidden those cells, or those two columns. So if I can unhide them here, you can see an O and P. I've got those grades and those grade boundaries. All I need to do for that is select those two columns and go Control, Alt, and 0, and it will hide those columns for me. It just makes it look that little bit nicer. Okay, and that is it. There's your tracking table set, ready to use with proof that it all really does. Okay, and that's it. A very, very simple but informative tracking system that you've put together in just 10 minutes or less. Okay, I hope you find it really useful and are able to put it into practice really, really quickly. I will see you all next time. So until then, stay well, stay safe. Googleman out.